Hi everyone and welcome to another ST video, and the game we're going to take a look at this time is one that my buddy Das suggested that I have a look at. It's called Turtle Table Tennis Simulation. Bit of a mouthful really, and I'm not sure why turtles are involved in playing table tennis, but they are somehow, even though they're not really featured in the game that much, as you'll soon see. And I've never played this one before, never ever even heard of it. I don't think it was advertised much, at least not in the UK or Sweden. It was released in 1989 and published by Starbyte. And I'm pretty sure they've got, shall we say, inspired by Konami's Ping Pong, which was an arcade game released in 1985. And I have no idea who designed this game. I do believe that it was developed in-house by Konami, and I don't really know if it was a big success or not. Probably did okay in Japan. Not really sure about the rest of the world, if it was even released in the rest of the world. And I did record some footage of the arcade game, and it's kind of fun actually. It was pretty decent, kind of tricky to get used to, but not too bad actually. I can see myself maybe getting into this. Doesn't maybe look amazing, but interesting to note is that Mario and all of his twins are in the audience. And also the Konami Penguin is sitting in the audience. I think he's called Penta, and he was first featured in Penguin Adventure or something. That was released on the MSX by Konami, and I do believe he's been featured in quite a few different Konami games over the years. And I never played the arcade back in the day, but it did get released on quite a few home systems back in the mid-80s. And one of these systems it was released for was the ZX Spectrum, of course, and I do remember playing it on my Specky, and it was actually really a lot of fun. A lot more fun than I anticipated. I played it a fair amount and quite enjoyed it. And you can see the footage from the Spectrum version here. So without further ado, let's just dive into this one. So here we have the aforementioned turtles that seem to be enjoying some table tennis, and they're not really featured much in the game, as I've said before. I'm not sure why they picked turtles. Maybe it's like Teenage Mutant Ninja tabletop tennis playing turtles. Sounds kind of lame, doesn't it? Let's see. So here we are, and for some reason the music stopped. I don't know why, because the music is actually kind of nice, so shame. But we can do training and competition, so let's just do training, because it allows you to try and figure out the controls, and we can select various things here. I'm not sure. I'm not a huge table tennis aficionado. Don't know too much about it, so I don't know what this is. Really, how you hold the paddle? I don't know. I'm just going to select something and just go for it. And here we are. We can control this with the mouse, which is kind of neat. And I can't say I've figured out the controls entirely. It would seem that depending on where the ball hits, this will affect the angle. I mean, you kind of shoot left or right, depending on where it hits the paddle, just like Breakout a bit. But what I haven't figured out is how you determine the power, the speed. You can't press either the right mouse button, then he does this, the turtle, which is an invisible turtle, or you can press this is the right one, sorry, right button, this is the left button. And I also figured out that you can hold both buttons, and that kind of does, I think, a more powerful shot. But it's really hard trying to make this work. And you don't have to press any button to just deflect the shot, as I think I've mentioned already. So yeah, let's just try and play and fail, I'm sure. Let's do competition. And you can do World Cup, and I think you can even spectate the computer controlling the other players in the World Cup, so you can watch a match, which is interesting and also probably pretty boring, but you can do that. Let's begin your World Cup, and you can enter your name, so let's just try and do that, and just, one is enough. And you can watch games. I presume you can just watch the Invisible Turtles play, And here we got the competitors, Fing Fang Fung, Jack Higgin, Lu Tong, and if I know anything about ping pong or table tennis, I'm pretty sure I might recognize some of these names, because I think they are parodies of real players, possibly. But let's check out a match. Jack Higgin versus Vladimir Tosh. Yeah, let's watch this for a bit. So I'm doing nothing here. I'm just enjoying the match. It's very exciting. Net. Right. I mean, it's a neat touch, but not that entertaining. So I'm just going to, call it quits, I think, if I can. Can I? It doesn't seem... I can't seem to be able to... interrupt the match. That's a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to restart the game because I couldn't find the manual for this one, which is really a big bummer because it's kind of hard figuring this out. But I'm just going to restart the game. Let's do competition then, and let's just do a single match. That's going to be fine. One player, single, and we are apparently fighting James Cheese. Oh, well, no, not fighting, sorry. This is not a fighting game. At least I don't think so. Beat him on the head with my paddles, maybe. Let's just keep things simple, and let's see what we can do. So it's got a pretty nice feel to it. I mean, okay, yeah, I lost one there. That was a sneaky shot. Yeah, it's got a pretty nice feel to it, I must say. I kind of could potentially see me liking this for a bit if I could just figure out the controls. And then that happens. Yeah, it's too powerful, and I don't know how to make a softer shot. It's weird. I can do that. Oh, that worked kind of. And that didn't. Yeah, as you can see, I'm horrible at the game. I have played it before, off camera. But, man, it's quite tricky to figure out how to control. But again, as I said, if you manage to figure it out... Oh, dear God, that was a smash. Maybe this could be fun for a bit. I mean... It's not going to be hugely amusing, I think. Ugh, balls. I can see myself getting tired of this, especially, again, if you can't figure out the controls and the subtleties of the game. But there's something here that is potentially good, in a sense. And you can see there's an apparent lack of turtles in this game. Not even in the audience, but the people in the audience seems very, very excited about something. Not sure what. Maybe they are just deeply amused how bad I am. Oh, I almost hit that guy in the face. And here we have the turtles. Finally, the Teenage Ninja Mutant tabletop tennis playing turtles. And then they just stop performing, I guess. I don't know why it doesn't play for any longer, but it doesn't. It's strange. Feels like the game could have needed some more content. Maybe some rocket launchers and chain guns, perhaps, to make it a little bit more interesting. It's really hard timing this, but yeah, you do get more used to it after a bit. I was even worse before, if that is even a possibility. Trust me, it was. I was really, really bad at this. I couldn't nail any shots. So, I suppose I have learned something, although there are many things that are still unclear to me about this. And it does look, decently nice. A little bit barren. It reminds me of ping pong on the Spectrum, really. Konami's ping pong. That was really a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. It was a lot simpler to control, though. A lot less control over the ball and speed and such, but it was also, more entertaining. It was a bit more like Breakout with two players and a little bit more finesse. You could do things with it. I think you could, control directions pretty easily, and I think you could, do sneaky things with the ball. But I don't really remember. And as you can see, I cannot for the life of me figure out how to deal with the speed. Get a power shot. Oh, it's too much power. Yeah, it's tricky. It's really tricky. I don't think this video is going to be particularly lengthy, but hey. And yeah, this is the game. It's not a whole lot else to show you because I can't. I can't win a match. And I don't think there's anything terribly exciting happening further ahead. And again, why can't I get more turtles? I want to see the turtles perform. And I want to see them play table tennis. Come on! Oh, yeah, that was a great shot. Just completely off. Yeah, I think I am going to call it quits, to be honest, because I don't think there's too much left to explore here with my very limited table tennis skills. So, yeah, I think we're going to call it quits and have a look at the one review that I could find of this one. And the only review I could find was in the Games Machine, and it's a tiny, tiny, tiny review and doesn't really tell you much, but they did award the game 41% and they wrote, "The table, bats and decapitated hands holding the bats are bland. Sound is weak. The real problem, though, is that table tennis games came and went years ago. They only appeared in the first place because of Konami's arcade machine." And yeah, I think that's valid points. There could be kind of a fun game in here, especially if you like table tennis, I assume, maybe, and if you can figure out the controls. But long term, yeah, I don't think I would have spent £19.99 on this one, if you know what I mean. A budget release? Okay, maybe, but not 20 quid. Nah. But again, not a terrible game. So thanks, Das, for pointing this one out to me. It was kind of interesting to experience the kind of weird lack of turtles here. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And as always, hope to catch you next time. Cheers.